everybody, to the PDR Sports Webcast. I'm sports reporter Kevin Morales alongside sports editor Travis Huslet. And Travis, we start the show today with some controversy. I guess not really controversy, but maybe some differing opinions concerning a column that you wrote last week about the top 10 Wisconsin sports stories of the decade.
Yeah, basically I wrote a column on what I thought were the top 10 sports stories in the state of Wisconsin in the last 10 years. And there's a variety of events on there, obviously. And number one on the list was the Badgers' Final Four run way back in 2000 for men's basketball.
Right.
A couple people wrote in with some of the things I left out.
Yeah.
One of them, let's see here, this was from Ryan Weiss. I hope I got his last name right. But he writes, hey Travis, did you know that Marquette University is in the state of Wisconsin as well? They had some nice sports moments in the last decade, specifically a Final Four. So yeah, I did leave the Marquette's Final Four, the Golden Eagles, or whatever they were back then. I don't know.
Right, I was going to say, we're going through all 10 years. We might have to say a couple different names. But so what do you think about that?
They're definitely in the discussion. Obviously, anytime a team makes the Final Four, it's a big deal. But the reason I left them out, I guess, is I think the Badgers and the professional teams in Wisconsin have, for the most part, statewide appeal, where Marquette, I think, is more as loyal following, where it's not as big of a story statewide.
Right. Yeah, I think Marquette is a big story in Milwaukee and maybe in the surrounding area, but I went to high school in West Bend, which is only a half hour outside of Milwaukee, and even there, people were Badgers fans. You didn't really see too many Marquette fans. I think basically unless you go to Marquette or are an alumnus or have some connection, if you're outside of Milwaukee, you're probably a Badgers fan. So I agree, it's got more appeal.
Yeah, definitely. And the other letter I got here, this is from Brian Terali, who currently lives up in St. Paul, Minnesota. He writes, nice article on the top 10 sports moments in Wisconsin. However, as a former player and captain for Coach Bob Rezowitz and Lance Leopold, you should have included not one, but two Division III National Football Championships in 5 consecutive years going to the Stag Bowl by the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. In a football division that decides its national champion in a true playoff format, and for a school that continues to retool and reinvent itself year after year to make the Stag Bowl 5 straight years, is worth some recognition, if not a spot in your top 10. Again, definitely in the discussion. That's an amazing run by Whitewater, but kind of the same deal with Marquette. I don't think the Warhawks football is a statewide appeal.
Right.
It's kind of a loyal following for that area and the alumnuses of the school. So definitely worth recognition, maybe not top 10 though.
Right, I agree. And obviously 2 national championships is a huge accomplishment. And going as many times as they've gone in a row is unheard of. But same kind of deal. Are people outside, if you don't have a connection, are you really a huge fan? How many people in Portage, for instance, went down for a game, got season tickets or whatever? You know, probably not too many. Let's move on. I guess sticking with college football, let's go with the team that you did have listed in your top 10, the Badgers. And on Tuesday night, they take a 20-14 win in the Champ Sports Bowl over number 14 Miami. And that was a very interesting win because nobody picked the Badgers, and it was important for the Big Ten because obviously everybody's ripping the Big Ten these days, and they're slow and they don't have the athletes that the other conferences do. So it was nice just to get off on a positive foot, especially when they went 1-6 last year in bowl games.
Right. Yeah, I think the other thing that jumps out to me is it's huge for next year because I mean this is a team that returns a ton of its starters, including their quarterback and John Clay, a running back, who some think could win, could be in the Heisman race. And most of their starters are coming back. Brian Schofield on defense, their heart and soul on defense will be gone, which would be a big loss. But besides him and Garrett Graham at the tight end on offense, they don't lose a lot. Most of their guys are back, so they should be ranked high. And with this win, it kind of propels them into maybe big things next year. But as many know that follow Badger football, that doesn't always work out. Seems like the Badgers' best year is coming when they are
not
under the radar.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
I'll tell you what, though, after one full year of being a starting running back under his belt, I'm really excited to see John Clay next year. I think he's going to be great. Moving on to our PDR Sports Athlete of the Week. We've got a local selection. Portage senior Morgan Dulkey, who helped the Warriors girls basketball team to a second-place finish in their holiday hoopla tournament this week. Morgan scored 19 points in the first game against Partyville and then 20 points against Pittsville on Tuesday in that championship game. And maybe most impressive of all is she's been a consistent scorer for them all season without them having a second scorer that consistently puts up points.
Yeah, there's no question she's the leader of that team, and she's got her season off to a good start.
Inside, outside, she does a lot. So, another winner for our trivia question this week.
Yes, another winner. Sounds a lot like last week's winner.
Almost exactly like it.
Yes. Let's see here. Our winner for last week's trivia question is William Bagayoko from Madison. 2 weeks in a row.
That's
for
right.
William.
First time anybody's ever done 2 weeks in a row.
The question for last week was, when was the last time a Big Ten team has won the Rose Bowl? And the answer, of course, Wisconsin Badgers being Stanford in 2000, 17-9. So that's kind of scary. It's been 10 years since a Big Ten team has won the Rose Bowl.
Yes.
So congratulations to him. This week's question, let's get someone else besides William to write in and get us with the right answer. This kind of goes back to our top 10 list of the decade that I had earlier. Who was Wisconsin's leading scorer in its 64-60 victory over Purdue in the West Regional Finals of the 2000 NCAA men's basketball tournament, which sent the Badgers to their first Final Four since 1941? So who was leading scorer of that game?
Do you remember?
Yeah, actually I do.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay, good.
We'll find out next week who it is.
Sounds good. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Well, that's all we've got for this week. For Travis, I'm Kevin. Thanks a lot for watching.